Okay, fellas, hello, in Slickness and in Health, back again with a new video commenting on another amazing Reddit post. Let's take a look. Husband lied about not caring about my weight. Interesting. Like most, I gained happy weight after marriage, but that turned into a little too much happiness. Oh, yeah, I've gotten that. Without the marriage part, at least. I asked him if it bothers him or if I look fat. He always says no and that he doesn't mind, but I realized we stopped having sex as often. I finally got my together and started to lose a lot of weight, 10 pounds away from when I first met him, and realized we started having it more often. Maybe once a week while I was heavy, to almost every other night, if not every night, like how it was when we first got together after she lost the weight. I feel as if he's more sexually into me now that I've lost the weight. If that's the case, why didn't he say anything when I was bigger when I asked him originally? I'm not upset, just lost to why he wouldn't have told me the truth. I didn't change because I thought he was okay with it, and only chose to lose weight because of a wedding I'm attending in the summer. 30 pounds so far, and 10 to go. Okay, so first of all, congratulations, let's say, about your losing weight. I am not sure if you're following the video so far, but why not? You should, you and every other person in the world, at least for those who speak English. Anyway, now listen, the thing is that when you do love someone, you make some things, let's say some sacrifices, and this is a trap that I have practically put myself into a lot. That I'm one of the people that really say the things as they see and as they are, but this, tends to hurt people, and it has happened a lot. And I've seen, like growing up, I've seen that it's not the best idea. The thing is that you have to make a little bit of a management of managing or micromanagement, even at that point, I should say. So most probably this is what your husband has done. And on this video, we're going to say some really basic things. Well, obviously you must have heard me repeat them in other videos, but I really find them, very important, so I will never get tired of saying them. One of which being the fact that men like appearances, and if I have to say things straight, women like appearances as well. But for men, this is the primary drive and primal drive, I should say, about even their libido, and you know their taste as well. They men really depend on their visual stimulus. Okay, so men really want women to have a very nice appearance. Again, this has to do with biology, this has to do with our primal instincts, and so on and so forth. Obviously, women want looks as well, and even if a person, a woman, tries to reject that or negate that, she, like, if she tells you something like that, just don't believe her, guys. Okay, women like appearances. The thing is, and the difference is that usually for men, and I say usually with all knowing the importance of the word and without exaggeration, usually men, if they have, a woman with a nice appearance, they will definitely want to procreate with her, and so on and so forth, and more or less most of the times, um, protect her, meaning, practically meaning, translating, uh, getting into a relationship. For women, this is not necessarily the case 100%, because what women want is dedication and exactly this protection and security. And protection and security can come with other means other than the DNA and other than being, a handsome guy. And apart from that, women, theoretically speaking, when it comes to biology, they can get the good DNA from an alpha male, which will go and inseminate them, and then for a partner, they will get a beta male, which means a guy that gives them all this security. And again, based on biology, the child doesn't really need to be, you know, theirs of the beta male. As long as the beta male takes care of the kid, that is fine. And this might come as a shock, guys, or girls, if any girls are watching us, but that's actually the truth. Okay, based on biology. Like right now, we have had several thousands of years with people actually talking to each other and communicating on a verbal basis, so we have all these social changes which have, happened, but we are still biological human beings, okay, and we should have this in mind. This is what biology says. Apart from that, the rules of society can change a little bit. But anyway, coming to our matter at present here, as I said, men really want women, really like women that are beautiful and that have very good bodies. Okay, the better the body, the more they will like it. Again, at the same time, women, for example, do like taller men because taller men translate, let's say, to better protection for women and their offspring. So that's the thing. Even if your guy was saying, your husband was saying that everything is okay and so on and so forth, he was doing that to protect you. He didn't want to hurt you. And again, I could say additionally that he wasn't necessarily minding. It's this situation that you say that it's okay. I'm with a girl. She's good. She's a little bit chubby, but it's okay. I don't mind because I'm having a good time. Everything is okay with her and all that. Sometimes you don't really know how much better it will be if she really loses weight. You see it, maybe you see it, or maybe you don't see it, or maybe, let's say, maybe you regard it as a scenario that will not really take place. So if we're talking about scenarios that will not take place, or in any case, if we're talking about the present being the present that we have been um, used into, we just regard this and we ignore every other possibility. For example, if I'm poor right now and I think that the future is poor, I don't really spend time, like happening, like thinking actively, but actively, what I would do if I were rich or things like that, because I know that I will not get rich. So, for example, this guy most probably, apart from the fact that he wanted to be good to his wife, he most probably, didn't care so much, or he didn't even see it, as a possibility. So he was okay, most probably, with the relationship as it was. But obviously, you will not, let's say, make romantic love when not so much when you put yourself into a stable situation. Now, this situation, I'm sorry, guys, this situation has undergone a shift and a radical one because changes in appearance are radical for the better or for the worse. So now the guy is practically into a new reality, and this new reality is a reality that he likes because, again, unavoidably, men like and want appearances. This is how it is. This is how it will always be. Again, based on biology. We can have the social conventions that say we're all good, and no matter what you are, they will all love you for what you are, and so on and so forth. And most probably he does love her, but that doesn't mean that he wants her as passionately as she might have thought in the past. Anyway, that's not necessarily bad. The thing is that we have to know that men are like that. Men are simple, okay? They want some specific things. Again, it's not that they're always uh, easy, but it is as it is. At least they're very clear and very clear cut. Let's go in and take a look at some comments here. So, Honey, he lied to spare your feelings, obviously. Yeah, you can search this up for people agonizing over whether to bring up their partner's weight and how to do it sensitively. The consensus is always that no matter how gentle you are, it's going to be hurtful. He was trying to avoid hurting you. Yes, indeed, especially since he was probably aware you were already insecure about it, since you were asking him about it regularly. You have a partner who loves you even with extra weight and puts your feeling before his happiness. That's a positive thing. Congrats on the weight loss. Okay, well, okay, it's a good thing, but it's not a bad thing encouraging the other person to lose weight, and it's not a bad thing for us that we should have in mind that if we lose weight, or if we have a little bit more weight, and if we lose weight, it's going to be better, obviously, for us, but for our partners as well. And I'm not only saying that from the male perspective, I'm saying that from the female perspective. I'm also saying that to myself as well. Okay, if you're a guy as well and you lose weight, your girlfriend, women in general, okay, but your girlfriend in specific, they are going to like you more. Either you want it or not. That's the truth, guys. And if we ignore that, we will just be ignoring the truth. And this is not a good thing. So have this in mind. Now, let's read some more. I understand why guys get confused. If they lie to spare feelings, they get a bad response. If they tell the truth, they get a bad response. We should become comfortable with both as long as there's love. Exactly. Exactly. This response is the best, not really a right or wrong thing to do, as your so unfortunately most men have a threshold too big or too skinny. Once you pass over one of those lines, you will notice a change for him, and unless he's at the point where he can no longer keep it to himself, then he's not going to say anything. Also, maybe it was none of the above and he was just comfy in the marriage, but when he saw you losing weight, maybe he thought you were doing it for the outside reasons, and he wants to make sure you remember the good every day, since other men might try to hit on you now. Um, I agree with this part, with the first part. Now, with the second part, not necessarily, because men don't go that far. Men are simpler, okay, and well, they're less complicated when it comes to that, and they don't really have the strategies that women have. And we are going to talk about these strategies, guys, so stay tuned for the videos to come as well. I've got lots lots of material here. Okay, so no, men don't really do that, and obviously, being having intercourse more times doesn't really mean that the guy will get to keep you more, and the guy will get to prohibit other guys from coming to you and flirting with you. And I assure you that he doesn't as well have this on his mind. He doesn't really have a strategy. Things are much simpler. As I said, men like appearance. They really like it. They are at the point of worshiping it with, a lot of bad consequences. But again, we'll talk about that in another video. And that's the thing. It's just like as simple as that. He was comfy in the marriage. I don't think that he has become uncomfortable right now. If he sees people like hitting on you, guys hitting on you, other guys, he could get uncomfortable, and he could get jealous, especially if he doesn't see like chicks hitting on him. But no, he didn't. I no, I doubt that he has gone so far. Let's read another one. Oh, geez, there's really no winning here for your partner. Well, come on. She made a nice effort, and it's okay that she has been thinking about this stuff. It may not be the weight alone that is changing his behavior. Humans are very sensitive to their surroundings, and even if we aren't conscious to things, we are often being affected by them in affected anyway, in different ways. Just the fact that you're getting your stuff together may have lit a spark in him. Seeing lovers achieve things is exciting. Again, if I had to guess, I would guess that this one is a woman who's commenting on that. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not uh, possible, but again, even if it is possible, it's definitely not the first reason, not the main reason why this is happening. Again, and I'm saying that to the female population, let's say, that has commented on this post and that has read this post. Things are much simpler, and the simplicity lies on the fact that his woman is his wife is right now has a much better appearance, and obviously that gets all his hormones work up. Okay, so more or less that's the thing, guys. I just want to say that, you know, when it comes to all that, again, we have to have in mind how biology works, and either we want it or not, biology works in this way, especially for men. Men are lured by appearances, and the better an appearance is, the more they will go. They will go to reach that woman. And especially if she is your woman, if she's your wife, and she has such a tremendous change, because 30 pounds is quite really good, I would say. Well, it's just something like a dream come true, okay? And again, obviously, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure that he loves her. I'm pretty sure that he loved her, and he will keep on loving her. But, apart from love, there's lust, there's passion, there's all of these things. And sometimes, during a marriage, these things just get, you know, disappear anyway. So changes like these always help as much, sometimes more, but again, as much I would say as to keeping fit and taking care of yourself. No matter if you're a man or if you're a woman, we all have to do that. And believe me, I know how difficult it is, but let's, keep this as a message of this video. And props to your guy for being as well, very, let's say, well educated, as we could say, and um, being polite and not telling you outright, and hurting your feelings and this and that. Even though it's a good thing, to give some positive feedback, as positive as this kind of feedback can be. Okay, guys, so thanks very much for having stayed up at this time. I'm sure it's pretty late over there where you are. I send you all of my wishes to follow me, subscribe, comment, and tell me what else you would like me to comment on. Okay, guys, please subscribe to Slickness and In Slickness and in Health, and see you on the next video. Thanks a lot. Bye bye, fellas.